third letter. This was written on April 23rd, 1903. No experience has been too unimportant, and the smallest event unfolds like a fate. And fate itself is like a wonderful, wide fabric in which every thread is guided by an infinitely tender hand, and laid alongside another thread, and is held and supported by 100 others. This might be one of my favorites from the whole thing. Um, I've been thinking a lot about fate lately, and I really like this, especially just that opening line of no experience has been too unimportant. It's so true. Everything that happens in our life, no matter how big or how small, somehow plays a part, whether it's conscious or subconsciously. It does. And the more you can like step aside and think about it that way, I think you not I think I know you will come to appreciate life and all the little intricacies so much more. And I really love that about this specific quote. Um, and I like how they um, use the metaphor of a wide fabric because it's all connected by a bunch of separate threads, but they need each other to be a complete thing. And I find that very significant. I really like that. Okay, next quote. Works of art are of an infinite solitude, and no means of approach is so useless as a criticism. Only love can touch and hold them, and be made fair to them, and be fair to them. Um, yeah, art in itself, super suggestive, subjective. um, I'm not editing these videos at all whatsoever, by the way, so enjoy that. Um, yeah, and I just like that it says criticism, it doesn't do anything. What's the point in criticizing? It's art. Think what you will, but somebody made that for a specific reason to express some sort of emotion, some sort of feeling. And your criticism really isn't going to do anything, so keep it to yourself. Alright, next quote. Always trust yourself and your own feeling. If it turns out that you are wrong, then the natural growth of your inner life will eventually guide you to other insights. Also, really love this one. I will just say this third letter, probably my favorite. Fourth letter is a close second, but this third one is so good. So many great quotes in it. I really like this because me personally, in my life at the moment, my intuition has just been like off the walls, and not that it's not that I'm using it all the time, but in the moments in the last little while that it has spoken to me and been like, hey, don't do this, or do this, or hey, this is awesome, keep doing what you're doing. It's been right, and it's been wonderful. So that's why I really like this quote specifically. Um, yeah, yeah. Okay, next quote. Allow your judgments their own silent, undisturbed development, which, like all progress, must come from deep within and cannot be forced or hastened. The little aside that I wrote was intentional development of our judgments while achieving balance of it not being forced. Let me read that again. Intentional development of our own judgments while achieving balance of it not being forced. Am I crazy? Was that not English? I think I'm just missing some punctuation in there. Um, we are. I think what I'm trying. I think what I'm trying to say is we're obviously trying to develop our judgments so that further down the road we have more discernment in the decisions we're making, um, and it helps us become more balanced, but it's like not too forced. I think that's what I was trying to say. Um, oh, okay, yeah, allowing our judgments their own silent, undisturbed development. So have some sort of subconscious intentional development of those judgments, but don't be so focused on them that it like I don't know stresses you out. Um, yeah, can't be forced. It comes with time. Everything comes with time. That's funny that I. Anyways, let me continue. Next. Oh, this one I think I love how this one is worded. Okay. Everything is gestation and then birthing. To let each impression and each embryo of a feeling come to completion, entirely in itself, in the dark, in the unsayable, the unconscious, beyond the reach of one's own understanding, and with deep humility and patience to wait for the hour when a new clarity is born. I love metaphors about birth. I think it's just so beautiful. Okay, this is what I wrote. Everything good in life comes with time, and we must embrace that fact. Understanding is a process that requires us to not be prideful when it comes to things we thought we knew. Be open to new formations of ideas and processes of thinking. Patience is crucial. Um, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to try and keep this as concise as possible because there's a lot. Next quote. Uh, there is no measuring with time, not numbering and counting, but ripening like a tree, which doesn't force its sap, and stands confidently in the storms of spring, not afraid that afterward summer may not come. It does come, but it comes only to those who are patient, who are there as if eternity lay before them, so unconcernedly silent and vast. I learn it every day of my life, learn it with pain I am grateful for. Patience is everything. And my little aside was absolutely nothing to add, this is perfect. That also might be one of my favorites from this whole book. I think that is just so beautiful. I double underlined the it does come when talking about spring, or the trees worrying about if summer's going to come. Everything comes with time. It For some people it might be a lot longer than others, but it does come. And I've learned that in my own life. I've witnessed it in other people's lives. This is just so beautiful. So beautiful. I love it. Okay, next book. The artist's experience lies so unbelievably close to the sexual, to its pain and its pleasure, that the two phenomena are really just different forms of one and the same longing and bliss. And if instead of heat one could say sex, sex in the great pure sense of the word, free of any sin attached to it by the church, then his art would be very great and infinitely important. His poetic power is great and as strong as a primal instinct. It has its own relentless rhythms in itself and explodes from him like a volcano. The audio on this camera is really bad, so I have to stop if the car passes. This is my aside that I wrote. From a scientific perspective, reproduction via sex is one of the most extraordinary processes that we get to experience with our own eyes and in real time. How insane is it that we have the ability to bring together a man and a woman combine their energy and matter, then create another human. Not to mention the maternal connection this forms with mother, offspring, and offspring's offspring. If you are into science, you'll understand that. It's unfortunate that society has made negative connotations with sex as a term because it truly is one of the most fascinating processes. And so he's somewhat saying the same thing. That's just where my brain went to when I heard that quote. But yeah, I gotta keep going. Next quote. Instead of a completely ripe and pure world of sexuality, it finds a world that is not human enough, that is only male, is heat, thunder, and restlessness, and burdened with the old prejudice and arrogance with which the male has always disfigured and burdened love. Because he loves only as a male, and not as a human being. There is something narrow in his sexual feelings, something that seems wild, malicious, time-bound, uneternal, which diminishes his art and makes it ambiguous and doubtful. So I wrote, this makes me think of the concept of man and woman being created for each other to balance each other's strengths and weaknesses, and to be each other's companion in experiencing and exploring life. A little bit of Jungian listening that I was doing about the anima and the animus. It's been on my mind a lot. Kind of made me think about that. So it kind of contradicts the anima animus thing, but at the same time it doesn't. I don't know. I think men and women have our differences for a reason. That we each have our strong suits. We have things that we're equally compatible in and succeed at, but those opposing traits are there for a reason, and we're meant to balance each other out. So, yeah. Okay, that's it for the third letter. Um, as I mentioned, that's just very brief. Those were my favorite things. I could talk about a lot of other things a lot more, but I'm going to leave it there because I still have 7 letters to talk about. So, that's it.